Possibly. Possibly Rage V-Dog. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So, Red put out a video that apparently Marvel did promoted some kind of drag queen who hates the quote-unquote privileged for Ironheart. So it's already something. It's about Ironheart, which nobody is anticipating as is. Nobody really has any interest in this upcoming Ironheart, especially because I can't remember if we watched it on stream or not. Did you guys see the latest trailer for Ironheart that they're blending Tony Stark tech and magic? Like they show a clip in the trailer of her basically blending magic into her Iron Man suit. Like, this is a thing. So yeah. Yeah, and it certainly looked like it was demonic magic, Kaibo. It looked like something out of the Grimoire. Or the Darkhold, I mean. So, but apparently they have a drag queen who hates the privileged people trying to promote it. So let's just see how bad it is, shall we?
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So if you've been paying attention at all, you know over the past couple of years, it's been a really rough time for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In 2025, all their movies have, financially speaking, flopped. We know Captain America Brave New World has done...
Except Deadpool and Wolverine. I will continue to point this out. Deadpool and Wolverine did fucking gangbusters at the box office because Ryan Reynolds kept control. So Deadpool and Wolverine is their only runaway success movie probably in the last 10 to 15 years. That has been their only runaways. Alex, Deadpool and Wolverine was the MCU. When Deadpool and Wolverine released, that was after Disney had bought the Fox Marvel franchises. So Deadpool and Wolverine was MCU. So right now, that is the only MCU film in the last 10 to 15 years that has been a runaway success. All the rest of them have been like flops.
Really bad financially for Marvel and Disney, and also their recent Thunderbolts movie has flopped as well. And honestly, I enjoyed Thunderbolts, but again, financially speaking, it just didn't do well. Now, the rest of the year only has one movie in store for Marvel, and that is the Fantastic Four, and we'll have to wait and see how that pans out.
It was not Anubis. No, sorry, Rev. No, Anubis, it was not. It did not start filming until after the buyout. It wasn't until after the buyout that they actually started production. He may have been like working on rough drafts before the buyout, but they actually did not start working on Deadpool and Wolverine until a couple years after the buyout, really. Yeet. And yeah, Thunderbolts was Yelena, her dad. Jesus! Bill did you for 25 more gifted on Kick? Holy shit! Thank you so much! Oh my god! Thank you! Thank you so very, very much! Yeah, oh yeah, thanks, Score. Oh my god! Okay! Okay, yeah. Okay, recovery. So, yeah, Thunderbolts is it's their attempt to basically become a new Avengers. It was with Yelena, it was with her dad, it was with Winter Soldier, it was with Ghost, it was with, Taskmaster. That was Thunderbolts. It just came out recently. I actually didn't hear fuck all about it. Other than it did not do well. So, that's what Thunderbolts is. And they tried to change it from Thunderbolts to the New Avengers. Oh, and Captain Walker was also part of it. I almost forgot about him. He was part of it too.
Marvel, and that is the Fantastic Four. And we'll have to wait and see how that pans out in about a month. But the only thing between now and then
Fantastic
is
Four
the
is gonna
release
die.
of
Okay? Fantastic Four, I can almost guarantee it's gonna be a flop. Gonna be a flop. I can almost guarantee it. Right now, the Fantastic Four is shaping up to crash hard. All of the interviews, the fact that they're basically going to be making Sue the strong female character that actually leads the Fantastic Four instead of it being a family team. The fact that they're doing the female Silver Surfer, and that it's like that there's currently a rumor that it's Sue and the Silver Surfer that saved the world, and the boys don't do fucking anything. There is no hype for this movie. There's no hype for the movie whatsoever, so chances are it's going to be another flop for Marvel, which means the only films that they've got on the horizons that have any hope is Doomsday. And honestly, I'm not even so sure Doomsday is going to do anything, realistically.
Ironhearts. And as you can see, the reception of this proposed series is not doing well.
Yep.
217,000 likes versus.
Actually, hang on a second. Why? Hang on, I have to fix this. It's funky. Hang on. The dimensions on the screen are funky. Let me try and fix this, chat. There we go. That's better. Sorry. I wanted to fix that. That was bugging me.
521,000.
Yeah, the
dislikes.
ratio.
It turns out people really don't like this sort of concept, a sort of Robin Hood type theme where the protege of Tony Stark goes around with the wit and intelligence.
Whoa, wow, fucking wow. Fucking well. Hold on. I'm gonna make a correction there. Riri Williams is not the protege of Tony Stark. She is not. Peter Pelka was the protege of Tony Stark. Let us not fuck with this. Hands down, 100% Peter Parker was Tony's protege. Okay? Riri Williams basically both in the comics, and I don't even know about in the Wakanda Forever because I didn't even watch that piece of shit. In the comics, at least, she actually stole his technology. Well, Alex, I mean, we're talking about the Disney Plus show, and she was not his protege in the Disney Plus show. And the Disney Plus show, and in the films, they're trying to gas her up saying she's even better than Tony because of fucking course she is. Because of course, a strong female, a strong black female character, of course, is so much better than the rich genius white man. Because of fucking course she is. Because this is fucking Marvel Disney. And so they get like all the trailers and everything. She's being gassed up that she's so much better than Tony Stark because once again, they need their new characters to basically stand on the shoulders and crush into the ground the heroes to actually buff themselves up higher. And Ironheart is going to fucking crash and burn too. This is absolutely going to crash as well. Make no fucking mistake. The people are going to hate this. And they're, for all the reasons I'm talking about, especially when people are just like, oh, you're so much better than Tony Stark. They're going to try and hammer that home. They're going to try and gas her up to make her seem like this big genius. And fans, especially fans of the OG Iron Man in the MCU, are going to be like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself trying to say you're so much better than Tony. So yeah, this is gonna die. And Ananasi, they're not doing anything. I don't think that Gwyneth Paltrow has any interest in taking part in the MCU anymore. I really don't think after Endgame, I don't think she's doing any more MCU stuff because a lot of the old actors are leaving the MCU. That like the vast majority of the OG are gone. The only ones still around are Chris Hemsworth. Um, what's his name? Oh fuck. What's his name that played Happy? His name just flew right out of my head. What is it? Oh God, what's his name? Shit, I can't think of it now. Anyway, oh, Jon Favreau. Thank you, Kaibo. I totally blanked on his name. Yeah, so the only OG MCU actors that are still present, huh?
Ember, I don't understand what I am seeing. This suit looks awful, nothing matches up, feels like they used AI to design it.
They probably did. They very likely did. But yeah, Chris Hemsworth, Jon Favreau, and RDJ now with Doomsday, maybe Sam Jackson, are probably some of the only OG MCUs that are sticking around. All the rest of them fucked off and said, I'm done with this. Even Mark fucking Ruffalo. Even Mark Ruffalo, who has been widely criticized as being a big old woke cuck, said, fuck the MCU, I'm out. And he's out too, apparently. So they've lost all of them. So they're once again stepping on the heads of their OG to boost their characters, their new that are characters. And Darth Rod, thank you for 10 gifted on cake. Thank you so very much. Well, Wormus, yeah, he did, but somehow Robert Downey Jr. has returned. Because he's going to be Doctor Doom in the new Doomsday Avengers movie.
But needs to steal the parts to make it happen and make her own
Oh, wait,
suits.
you serious?
Yeah,
Let
people are not responding well to this concept, and they've done everything they can to prop up the series, including bringing out Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr., to give this series 2 thumbs up, despite the fact that he hasn't actually worked with the actress Riri Williams, who is behind this Ironheart series. But anyways, a lot of
how much did they pay him to come out and give Ironheart 2 thumbs up? How much did they pay him? Because RDJ was done with the MCU. You know he's not doing a fucking thing for the mouse now unless they pay him. So they had to pay him something to come out and give Ironheart those 2 thumbs up.
A lot of people were like, wait a second, this is not trying to one-up Iron Man, right? Well, Riri Williams, the actor behind the main character of Ironheart, said she wants to continue Stark's legacy, making a very clear connection between the two that a lot of people are side-eyeing, to say the least. But anyways, this series has highlighted a lot of things that people probably don't care about whatsoever.
Okay.
One of the big selling points was this headline right here, where they hired a trans actor to join in on the series, and this person said, we belong there with the big guys. Because apparently the identity of the actors is a selling point that will make people...
Okay, big who cares? Big who fucking cares? Okay? This is not doing anything for the cause. This is not doing anything for the message. I have no idea who this actor is, what role they are playing, what they have done in other works. I have no idea who they are. Legitimately, I have no clue who this person is. You know what I do know? I do know that I don't give a fuck if they're trans or not. I don't fucking care. Are they a good actor? Are they a good actor for the role that they're being cast in? That is literally the only fucking thing I care about. Honestly, that is all I give a shit about. I don't fucking care if the person's trans or not. I don't care if they're straight. I don't care if they're gay. I don't care if they're trans. I do not fucking care. Pointing this shit out is not helping anything. Journalists, I know you don't listen to my stream. Maybe you need to fucking start and you won't be failing so horribly. Pointing out that someone's trans and making a big deal out of the fact that they're trans instead of pointing out their actual acting ability and saying, pointing out that they are a good actor. This is what they performed in before, and this is why we think that they'll be a good fit for this role. That's what you need to point out. There's really a not so secret to facilitating LGBT equalization in everything. Do you want to know what that secret is? Stop shoving it in people's faces. Treat the LGBT individual like a normal fucking person instead of putting them up onto a pedestal that you are saying to all non-LGBT people, you cannot possibly hope to achieve this level of greatness and you should feel bad because they are so great. Literally, treat people that are LGBT like normal fucking human beings. Don't make their, everything that they are be the LGBT factor. Because what you're doing is by doing this kind of a headline, Lucy Jolliffe, you are actually removing this actor's agency as an actor. Because by putting out this article, especially with this fucking headline, no one is going to give a shit about this person's acting ability. They will not fucking care because you are putting in big fucking words right here that her acting ability doesn't matter. All that matters is she is trans. And that is actually doing a disservice to this actor and removing this actor's agency in this profession. Flat the fuck out. So Lucy Jolliffe, as a writer, but not a journalist, I will give you some advice. Stop making this part front and center of your headlines and actually just treat this actor like a normal person and don't make it all about them being trans. It's not that fucking hard. And you know what? You will be able to promote this actor 1,000 times more efficiently than by sticking this as your headline. Because doing this is immediately going to turn the bulk of the audience away from the show because they're tired of having the agenda and the message shoved down their throats. It's literally that fucking simple. And if you can't figure it out, maybe you're in the wrong business.
People watch this series, okay? Brave endeavor, very stunning. But anyways, Entertainment Weekly has come out with a piece very recently, about 2 days ago, sharing something that's getting a lot of attention on social media right now. You can see the headline, Drag Race's Shea Coulier reveals intel on Ironheart character's secret past. Fierce hacker bringing drag to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In quotes, you'll be seeing the diva in some looks. Shea exclusively tells Entertainment Weekly of Slug, her Ironheart character who's on the run from a past that includes drag, which is a weird...
You're going to have either a trans or a drag queen character by the name of Slug? Fucking really? And now we see yet more reasons why this show will fail. This is why the show is going to fail. They're gassing up a trans actor specifically because they're trans, and they're trying to gas up the fact that we're including a drag queen, and the character is also a drag queen. Aren't you impressed? Aren't we checking off all the right boxes? You wonderful, mythical, modern audience, you're gonna go and subscribe to Disney Plus and watch our show now, right? Right? fucking kidding me with this bullshit. This is why this shit fails. This is why this shit will continue to fail. Well, actually, let me bring up something about that. But first, Minos Lunashi, thank you for the follow over at Kick. Emperor, to your point, here's the funny part, okay? She-Hulk, were you guys aware that She-Hulk actually had a trans character and actor in the series? How many of you were aware of this? That in this She-Hulk series, there was a trans actor. Actually, she wasn't a trans character. Let me rephrase. I'm mistaken about that. But there was a trans actor in the She-Hulk series. How many of you were aware of that? Okay, I realize that some of you may not have seen the She-Hulk series, but for those of you who have seen the She-Hulk series, do you remember the woman who was getting married and there was a whole episode dedicated to Jennifer going to her wedding? She was going to be one of the bridesmaids. Do you guys remember that episode and that character, the bride in question? Do you guys remember? The bride in that episode is a transgender actor. That she is transgender. How many of you knew that? How many of you knew that the actor who played the bride in that episode of She-Hulk was trans? But yes, I have brought it up before, Atanashi. I wasn't sure how many people were here for that. But here's the thing. I don't remember. No, Ozzy fans, it is a horrific series. Do not rot your brain by saying it. For the love of God, do not rot your brain. Steve, I mistakenly said the character was trans. I'm wrong about that. The character was not, but the actor was trans. And I don't remember the show making any kind of a big deal about it. And the actor, if you didn't have this knowledge about it, you would have never have known this actor was trans either. And that's how it should be. If you had watched the show and watched the episode, you would have just said, this is a woman. And it would have been fine. And that's how it's supposed to be. That is what 99% of trans people want. They want you to just look at them and see a woman or a man, depending upon the individual and if they're trans male or trans female. That is the way they want people to view that. If you're a trans female, they want you to look at them and just say, I see a woman. If they're a trans male, they want you to look at them and go, okay, I see a man. End of discussion. That's it. That's all they want. And She-Hulk, ironically enough, with all of the woke DEI bullshit that they try to cram down everybody's fucking throat, they actually had one part of that they actually did the message right because they didn't try and push the message. Too bad they didn't learn from this experience that if you don't try and push the message and you basically just include trans actors and just treat them like normal fucking people, the audience will look at them like normal fucking people. Oh no! But no, in Ironheart, they have to laud the fact that they're gonna have a trans actor and laud the fact that we're gonna have a drag queen actor and character. And now they basically just shit can their audience. Good job. If they had not said a fucking thing and just let the actors organically be the characters, people would have no issue with it. No, they would have no issue if they didn't make any kind of a big deal about the fact that they're trans or drag queens or whatever, and it just like people just organically watch the show and okay, this character happens to be a drag queen. All right, people might get annoyed, but it's like all right, whatever. And the trans actor Like, do they properly embody the character? And if they do, great. There's no need to point out the fact that they're trans. Unless you want to basically stick them on a poster for trans activists and say, look, see how wonderful this is. Now accept all of this and accept the fact that we are calling you a misogynist and an istophobe. I've said it once, and I will continue to say it. The greatest thing that anyone can do for the LGBT community in terms of equality is to literally just not view them as being LGBT and just view them as view them and treat them as a normal person. Treat them as a normal fucking human being. It will do 1,000 times more for LGBT rights and equality than anything these stupid fucking activists are doing to literally poison their entire movement. I will continue to say that until probably the fucking day I die. Just treat them like normal people. That's literally all you need to do. And Galmer, thank you for the follow on Kick also.
Weird set of phrasing. Are they running away from the fact that they used to do drag? I don't really understand. But here's another quote from that same article where the actor says,
oh boy,
I help a group of urban Robin Hoods to take away from the privileged and help give back to the community. I'm there to help out on all the missions that go down trying to shift this power dynamic in the version of Chicago we see in the show.
2 points of note. Number one, bitch, this is Chicago. Do you really think that people are going to take Robin Hood shit seriously in fucking Chicago? Sweetheart, you blow this shit in Cabrini Green, you'll get gunned down in about 2.5 seconds flat. Okay? The gangs aren't going to take too kindly to you pulling this Robin Hood bullshit because you're going to be stepping on their fucking turf. You don't pull this bullshit in Chicago. Not to mention, have you seen Chicago lately? They're not exactly in the mood for Robin Hood bullshit. And second point of note, Hollywood tried to do a Robin Hood in modern day. There was actually a Canadian show that came out recently that was literally a modern day urban Robin Hood. It even had black protagonists as the Robin Hood and her merry men. And they were a bunch of fucking thieves, and they had, yeah, exactly, Kaibo. They were a bunch of fucking thieves, and they had their little techno masks, and they had the hacker who, like, I don't know, like, did some crazy, like, surgery shit to make him a mad, bad hacker. And you know what happened with that TV show? It fucking flopped. It flopped fucking hard. Because no one is asking for the shit. And every time it comes out, people just fucking groan and go, are you fucking serious with this bullshit right now? Because of course, every urban Robin Hood currently has to be black. Every fucking one these days. Every urban Robin Hood has to be black. Which, I'm sorry, you're gonna make the black people steal shit? Kinda racist. You know? Kind of racist. And not exactly a great idea when we have that one game that's going to be coming up pretty soon about the Afrofuturists that are going to be going and basically doing supposedly the same fucking thing, where they steal from museums to put in their little vault to take back their cultural icons. We can already see how that shit's going down, and you think making an MCU Black Robin Hood show is a good idea? Yep. Once again, you are just lining yourselves up for a gargantuan fucking flop. Does he? Okay, Ibo, if he makes the connection, I will be happy.
Yeah, this will definitely bring people into the series. The average American or the average viewer across the world, they'll see this sort of concept and they'll rally behind it. I am 100% sure this will resonate with the average viewer. Actually, you know what? Let's make it clear. This appeals to who? The modern audience, who, as we know, doesn't show up. But
No. Who doesn't exist. Let's get that right, Brett. The modern audience doesn't simply not show up. The modern audience does not exist. Because Hollywood has tried to create this modern audience. They have been desperately trying to create this mythical modern audience to basically push their agenda. But they can't make it. No matter how hard they try, they cannot create this modern audience. It does not exist. You have activists, certainly. You absolutely have activists, but they're not buying Disney Plus. They're not watching your shows. They're not watching your movies. They're not buying your games. The activists will not spend money on any of this shit. Exactly. Exactly, Zeb. It's the Twitter freaks who are not buying your shit. Like, as in purchasing. They're reeing and screaming on social media, but they're not actually putting their money where their mouth is, and they never will. Because these fucking idiots think that they don't have to work for a living. And so they don't have money to spend, so they're not buying your shit.
Black People and Robin Hood has me thinking Mel Brooks' Men in Tights with a Chew being announced, the new Sheriff of Nottingham, and the reference to Wild Wild West.
Hey, boy, it's a good reference. Yeah. That's the kind of reference where it's like, okay, that works. Because people are not so fucking uptight about it. Although that kind of humor unfortunately doesn't work as well now, simply because everybody's gun shy about anything in this sphere. Anything regarding ethnicity and anything regarding sexuality. Everybody's so goddamn gun shy because it's been crammed down our throats so goddamn much for the last umpteen years. Hollywood has basically shot themselves in the balls. Because now, even if they try to put out something good that is not actually agenda seeking, nobody's going to believe it. Nobody's going to believe it's not done out of agenda, and so nobody's going to see it. So by them pushing so hard, so fast in the very beginning, they have shot themselves in the balls, or the coochie, depending on who we're talking about here, and they've fucked themselves out of millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, because now nobody wants to deal with them anymore. They only have themselves to blame for this. And Galmer, thank you for the follow on Twitch as well.
there was a tweet from Marvel Updates sharing that exact same quote we just read, and look at the comments. If you want a sense of how people are reacting to what's going on here, here's your chance to understand.
Yes.
We already had this show and it failed spectacularly.
Yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the show. This is the fucking show. Right fucking here. This was a Canadian show. They did this like 2, maybe 3 years ago, I think. And yes, it flopped abysmally. Oh, it falling like I never watched it, but from some of the things I could see, yes, it did. I do think if you guys are interested in a review on it, I do believe Disparu did reviews on every episode. And yes, it is a completely woke pile of trash. It is just DEI slop to the extreme. So if you guys are interested in hearing about it without actually seeing it, Disparu did do reviews on the episode, so you can check those out if you want. But yeah, this show flopped horribly.
With Robin Hood. Honestly reminds me of Fair Games, the upcoming Sony game that's going to flop, by the way.
And the masked moose, you know what they did? I will guarantee fucking to you. One of the people behind the scenes of the show plays Watch Dogs. And they went, hey, that'll be great for our show. We'll take the mask type design that I saw in Watch Dogs and we'll put it in our show. This is a great idea, right? Right? I guarantee that's where they came up with the idea for the masks.
It's the upcoming
yes, they are,
Sony
Ivo.
game
They were glowing.
that's going to flop, by the way. But here's some more former drag queen. How do they define currents? It's a good question. LMAO. It's like they want us not to watch. Their terms are acceptable. Another box office loss incoming. There are so many amazing reasons for me not to ever watch this crap. Next time you guys just want to throw away money, I'll take it and spare you the shame. I, for one, applaud you for putting all of these ideas.
Sketty, maybe you came in late. I actually made that reference when I was talking about the Robin Hood TV show and how they were basically brilliant move making black characters thieves. I literally talked about that. You might have come in late on that, though. But yes, I did bring that up.
Ideas in a place where nobody will see them. Very good comment right there. But, of course, very recently as well, about a week ago,
that's old.
Marvel came out with another trailer for this Ironheart series, their official trailer number 2, and as you can see, not doing much better. Well, you know what? Let's give them credit, right? The like-dislike ratio has improved slightly. They're still getting ratioed by dislikes, but they're doing a little better. But let's watch a little bit of this trailer.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing
is that Disney
is to take it apart, put it back together.
And did you notice? Fuck it, I won't write it all that. The director of this show is the same director who did Wakanda Forever. You know, that Black Panther movie that completely flopped. Yeah, that's who's directing this show.
And you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. See what you're made of.
This is just boring, man. Like, forget all like the virtue signaling and all that stuff that people are talking about and that we've looked over in the first couple of minutes of this video. It's just kind of boring. That's really all there is to it. And the reception of this trailer, as we saw by the number of dislikes, is not good. But going further, look at the comments.
I mean, Fallen, yeah. Like all of those line reads, no emotion. I did not. Falling Light, you're exactly correct. I didn't hear any fucking emotion in any of those line reads. This just felt like they were literally doing line reads at the table. This is gonna be fucking horrible. Not only because of the story, but these actors are not gonna be able to act. They're gonna be, as Drinker likes to say, they're gonna be planks of wood. Nobody's gonna fucking care.
The top set of comments.
Simple, Gore, she's stolen. That's how she's gonna replicate the arc tech.
Presents itself. First one saying,
either that or she'll use the magic thing.
Without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. Tony Stark. From the whole pirate community, we are not putting this on our sites. Take a shot every time she or another character calls her a genius.
Yeah.
Every Disney Plus trailer.
No, chat, no. Okay, if any of you wish to involve yourselves in self-harm by watching the show, God be with you, number one. Number two, do not play a drinking game where you take a shot every time she or another character calls her a genius. You will be dead in 5 minutes from alcohol poisoning. I beg of you, chat, do not play the drinking game with Ironheart. Please, don't do that. I love you too much. Don't play the drinking game, okay?
That comes out just assures me that my choice to cancel my subscription a year ago was the right call. This is the reason why Tony Stark became Doctor Doom. Wow, it's like she's got a heart of iron. Say that again. Looks like she's combining technology with magic at some point.
Yeah.
I can't believe they made Black Girl Magic canon.
Even the planks of wood have more emotions and better acting than these actors.
True story. Absolutely true story. And this comment right here, you know what? I forgot about that. I forgot when fucking Nick Fury says to Monica Rambeau, go, Black Girl Magic. They're actually making black, this guy's right. They are actually making Black Girl Magic canon. Fucking Disney. Only Disney could do this bullshit.
The moderators working extra shifts in the comments section. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But, of course, with the negative reception of both trailers, there's been a very weird set of comparisons. So you can see this article from that Park Place saying, Marvel's Ironheart trailer drops the same day as Superman. Fan reaction is brutal as Ironheart dislikes explode. And it's kind of crazy to think about, right? Ballsy by Marvel to drop their trailer for Ironheart on the same day as Superman.
Timothy.
Now, let's be real. The Superman movie has been controversial as well, right? A lot of people are criticizing various aspects of this trailer and the story of this movie in its entirety. But look at the amount of attention this gets. Way more attention, and also, despite everything,
look at the ratio.
and all of the criticism, it still has a roughly 95-ish plus like to dislike ratio.
Yep.
Compare that to Ironheart. Completely different. And looking at the second trailer of Superman.
Yep.
From 6 days ago. Same thing, right? It's like a 95+% like to dislike ratio. People are receiving this much better than Ironheart. And people on Twitter will tell you this is the result of racism. But I think it's just a better story and something that is appealing to more people.
Possibly
than
better
Ironheart.
story. We'll
it's
see.
Really that simple.
We'll see.
There's no.
I am still not 100% sold on the new Superman movie. I have no idea how well it's going to do because, again, based on the trailers, this is not going to be a Superman movie. This is going to be like a Justice Society or probably a Justice Society or Justice League movie, not a Superman movie, which I think is going to actually piss off a lot of people because people are wanting a good Superman by himself movie again. And DC is cramming in, I don't know if it's the Justice League or if it's Justice Society, whichever the two it is. They're going to be cramming them into it, kind of like what they did with Black Adam, is they crammed in the Justice Society to it. So I'm not sure how well this movie is going to do once it releases. I really don't know. Maybe it'll do well, maybe it won't. I have never been the biggest Superman fan myself. Like, I like Superman okay, but you know why some of the reasons why I like Superman is I like his friendship with Batman. I like seeing the friendship between Superman and Batman and how if something happens to Batman, Superman fucking loses it and and goes gloves off to defend or help Batman. That's one of the things that I like about Superman is seeing that friendship between the two. And honestly, we have yet to get that on the big screen. We have yet to see a Batman and a Superman that are such good friends that we see in the comics and that we have seen in like the animated series. We still have not seen that. And honestly, if they did that, I think if they actually had a DC film, live action film with Batman and Superman actually showcasing their friendship with one another, I think that movie would do fucking amazing if they did that.
Like, there's no reason to go to excuses like that because they're just not there. But that Park Place also made an article saying Ironheart promo backfires for Disney/Marvel as fans spot copy-paste bots promoting Disney Plus series. Now, this article is sourcing the master of the TDS
I do
here,
too, Moss. I do
where
too.
he shares a bunch of, well, copy and pasted bot responses trying to promote this series.
Boy.
And look at this, dude.
Wow.
Pause if you need to. It is absolutely...
I'm also seeing a pattern here. Master of crypto coder, Dick Queen, Chain Gamer DAO. Lot of crypto names in these screenshots. Eh? I'm noticing a lot of crypto-based stuff in these bots. Aha, a clue, Sherlock.
At this, dude. Pause if you need to. It is absolutely shameless.
Good question,
in every
Cortanas.
regard.
Good question.
This is what
Even more! Holy shit! Crypto dribbler. They're basically crypto bots.
Disney Plus is resorting to because they can't promote this properly. They know the story isn't there. They know people are not interested and they're
I
not
like the old Red Hood Iron.
responding well to what they've seen, and this is the results. They're resorting to botting.
Again! I'm gonna keep Ledger Lady. Blockchain Beast. More fucking crypto. Disney is literally hiring crypto bots to promote their movie. Because I don't doubt Disney hired these crypto bots, the people who run these crypto bots. I don't doubt this for a second. It's all fucking crypto. As if crypto wasn't scummy enough all on its own, now crypto is getting involved in promoting Disney.
That is very, very sad for them.
Yeah, Corey,
Now,
you're right.
here's
It
a
does look
last
that way.
little article here from That Park Place once again, where they share that Marvel's Ironheart star hints at Avengers role despite fan backlash and trailer dislikes. Yes, I am sure that right now, in a very much struggling Marvel Cinematic Universe, what they need right now for their Hail Mary pass, that is their upcoming duo of Avengers films, they need Ironheart. That's what's going to save them. You know, I really like Marvel. Okay, I've enjoyed many, many of their movies over the years, but what's happening right now is just sad, and I wish things would get better. And like I said, I enjoyed, for example, Thunderbolts. Okay, you can disagree with me, but I feel like films like that are not getting the support they might deserve because Marvel's done such a bad job over the past couple of years that it's turned off fans or potential fans of their movies, and it's causing them to suffer. And they keep doing this stuff. They keep putting out bad projects like Ironheart that are not connecting with people the way they intended, and they just keep doing it over and over again. And I feel like, as many people have commented, that they tried to hide this series. They announced it many years ago, and there was delays. And I feel like they just thought people would forget about this, but no. People did remember, and eventually it came to put up or shut up. And here it is. And a lot of people are responding very, very negatively to this series. And it'll be releasing very soon. And how the audience at Disney Plus responds to this, well, we'll have to wait and see. But based on some very observable facts about the fan reaction to this, you have to guess it's not going to go well.
No,
but anyways,
this show's going to tank
As
hard.
always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, this show is going to tank fucking hard. This thing is gonna go off a cliff. When it launches, it will go off a cliff. People are not gonna watch it. And I guarantee you, we're gonna immediately hear the calls for istophobia. Right away. and they're not going to they're not going to accept the blame from themselves. And realistically speaking, Marvel and DC both, I've said this before, Marvel and DC need to stop with the live action. The live action for superheroes is dead. And instead, they need to reposition their efforts to animated films. Superhero movies, particularly like superheroes with powers, don't fucking work live action as well as animated. Disney, Marvel, and DC both need to refocus. And no, don't count on that, Mike. I don't count on that. They need to go back to animation. They do not need to go to, or they need to go to animation, because animated allows you to exemplify the powers.
Marvel has so little faith that they're gonna release all the episodes in bulk.
They might, Brevin. I don't even know. But they do need to go back to animation. And they could probably do some really fucking good quality animated films or TV series with their superheroes that will cost literally a fraction of what they're pumping into these live action films and TV series. And they will probably be 100 times better than anything that they're putting out live action. And rather than, that's what I'm saying, they need to readjust their efforts into their animation department to make good animation. DC's animation is better than Marvel's animation. I fully agree with that. So if Marvel readjusted and said, fuck the live action, we're going to switch over and focus on animation for the Marvel franchise, they could make some outstanding mainstream films. They could be, like, if they actually focused on good animated films or shows, they could possibly, and yes, this may be a reach, they could possibly rival Japanese anime in terms of popularity. They could do it if they actually focused on strictly on animation instead of live action for the Marvel franchise. And JRC, Batman Ninja, I wasn't thrilled with. I honestly wasn't all that impressed with Batman Ninja. I didn't like it. Because it removed a lot of what Batman is. The moment he lost his tech, he basically was like, I don't have any more tech. I'm sad now. And it removed the core part of Batman is, which is he relies upon, like, the tech is a tool, but he always relied upon his cunning, his intellect, and his tactical skills. And Batman Ninja removed that. And I didn't like that. And so I was not a big fan of Batman Ninja. I didn't really like it.